Arakkha gocara, this preventing the defilement from arising, but is it also guarding?
The guard is not there at moment of akusala, right? When we talk about the Arakkha gocara, we understand that without understanding the words of the Buddha about the truth, there will never be the guard to the level of understanding what is there as it is. That's why even there is the understanding of the truth, is it enough for the guard to arise to be there anytime? That's why when there is the understanding of the truth, little by little, the guard is there at moment of understanding and any moment of kusala, understanding the danger of even to be intoxicated to the kusala moment or present moment or any moment at all. That's why we learn about everyday life to understand what is there as not self at all. But what about the idea of something from eons and eons has been accumulated strong enough not to have any understanding to that level of what is there now. That's why we learn to understand that even the God is the moment of understanding what is there, little by little as it is, because all depends on the gocara, the Upanishad gocara, without hearing again and again and again. How can there be the moment of guarding from akusala at moment of seeing or hearing, smelling, tasting, touching? That's why the understanding of the truth about different realities, different objects, different meanings of different words from the teachings can be the guard little by little, more or less, depending on conditions. That's why in the day, lots of akusala from moment to moment, whereas the God, only the understanding can condition moment of kusala gradually, and the God is there by understanding. Otherwise, how come, who can have the sati of the God not to be akusala at moment of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and touching? That's why we learn about the truth in life each moment. Otherwise, there cannot be the understanding of any reality right now as it is. But the accumulation of akusala and attachment and ignorance so very enormous. That's why we learn to understand. When there's no understanding, there must be ignorance. What is there now? Not as it is. That's why have confidence of the truth that since it's there, it can be known. So the understanding can understanding only that which is there now appearing. When it does not appear, how can there be moment of understanding that which does not appear? Because it's not there. But when it's there, it's the only time to talk about it, to consider it, to begin to understand the truth of it. Each word has to be again and again, from the beginning and then back to the beginning, and then from the beginning on and back to have clear understanding of each word. And this is the only way to be truthful to the truth, because is there any understanding of what it says now? Not yet, or a little more, or begin to think about it. That's why we have to have discussion to understand the truth of what is there. Again, even we have talked about it many, many times of years, but it's there again and again and again. It is so very, very slight understanding of what is there. And that is God. The God is there guarding from no understanding or ignorance or attachment or clinging, little by little. Right, parami, So now there can be a little more thinking about the three gocara.
I think any direct understanding is Upani Bandha gocara, but Ajahn will correct me if it's not right.
Without the understanding of the three gocara, can it be any of the three? Without hearing the word of teaching, without considering it again and again, can there be upanisaya condition? That's why even right now, the understanding of the truth again and again is the upanisaya gocara. Begin to have such object instead of being attached or aversion or whatever as before to the object which appears in the day. Very gradually, very truthfully, very patient to understand that the truth is so very subtle, and it depends on understanding a little more, which can condition a little clear understanding, but it's not clear as the moment of the higher level. Now we talk about seeing, but it's not the patipatti yet. But it begins to lead to understand that which is there in life every day, to be a little object of understanding, not as it's not known at all from birth to death. And this is parami. So we can understand the Satya Parami. The truth cannot be changed. And it can be understood, it can be realized, it can let go ignorance and all kinds of akusala little by little in daily life by the condition of understanding what is the wholesome or unwholesome, what is the most precious reality, understanding that which is there little by little. Without a little at the beginning, how can there be a little more later until it's so great? It's like miracle because it can let go the idea of wrong understanding and the clean gradually, very gradually in daily life is that which can be known. Whether how much is there accumulated at moment of hearing bad words. What about moment of hearing? Is there any patience not to get angry or irritated and so on? And this is the result of the course, understanding what is there as it is, little by little. Whatever is there can be understood, but it's so subtle. That's why it has to be truthfulness, very sincerely honest, very honest to understand the truth. What level is there? But it's firmer, a little more, at moment of hearing, considering, until it can condition, instead of thinking about such sensuous object through the sensor, it can be moment of beginning to pop up, thinking about it, understanding it, just one moment or 2 moments, not so many moments, but it's so worthy because it conditioned. It is accumulated from moment to moment of understanding the truth, because the right understanding of the truth is there now, but it's not known as it is until hearing and considering the truth of it to be firm understanding, upanisaya gocara, understanding that it is different from other object which does not condition any understanding at all. Just talking about the situation, what happens in the world, cannot condition the understanding of the truth of that very moment. So it is not upanisaya gocara to realize the truth. It's not the word of the Buddha not to understand what is there. But the word of the Buddha just condition kusala moment of all kinds which follow panya, right understanding of the truth. Otherwise, without panya, how can it be known that it's useless to think about the garbage of that which is worthless at all? It doesn't bring any understanding. It doesn't bring any kindness or condition to share or to help the other to understand at all, but to have more greed and hatred and on and on. That's why panya alone can understand what is there as it truly is. So just live to understand Dhamma and to share with the others the best thing in life. Upanisya gocara. At that moment of kusala, it guard Arakkha, not having akusala getting closer or near at all, because it's there as a guard.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Until it becomes upanibandha, more reading, thinking, considering about what is there. Even a little more from before is so very worthy, very precious. Rather than kind of wealth, pity, no fear of anything, because it's not me or anyone, it's the way our dharmas are conditioned to be. No fear of death, because it's so close. It can be right now as seeing and hearing. But seeing and hearing have many moments of citta in between. But the moment of death and birth, no gap at all. Just instantly, who knows? Because now even from seeing to hearing, it's not known. While there are so many moments of citta in between, but nothing is in between moment of death and birth at all. No one knows. It can be this moment or any time. Just be understanding person with understanding the truth. Otherwise, how can there be understanding person when there's no understanding of the truth at all? So we can talk about whatever Buddha taught in daily life right now, because there can be a little more understanding of the realities, letting go the idea of self by itself, little by little.
So I like to return to Sati and Satipatthana.
Regard different levels of guardians.
Arakkha, gocara.
There cannot be one small, not strong enough, and the one which is so strong, different ones, by different conditions, even it's a guardian.
I did not follow this, Ajahn.
So at moment of doing kusala without right understanding, the guard is there, guarding from akusala.
Yeah.
But when there is a little more understanding, even its moment of just liking, very little, very, very slight, the guard is there to understand it as it is, right?
Yeah.
That's why we learn about sati. It's not panya, it's not manasikara, but without those reality as conditions, panya cannot arise by itself. Its Dhamma also support the others. The kusala cetasika support the kusala cetasikas, and the akusala cetasikas also support the other akusala cetasikas, like avijja, conditioned attachment.
So Upanishya gocara is already a beginning of direct understanding.
All three gocara go together, develop together from the beginning stage to the end. For example, when there is the understanding of what is there that can be known, at that moment no akusala, right? So Arakkha gocara is there at level of understanding. And Upanibandha, it begins to be frequently there by conditions of the gocara and the Arakkha. Upanibandha, not forgetting, not just like thinking all about the sense object as before, but there can be time to condition moment of being Arakkha because of the Upanishya of understanding. And at that moment, it begins to condition more frequent moment to understand it or to have it arise at any time in life unexpectedly. It can be at moment of reading, moment of hearing, or moment of liking anytime. That is the understanding of the anatta-ness. The most important thing is all dhammas are anatta, no one there at all. So understanding what conditions such moment of beginning suddenly pop up, thinking about what is heard, that is then now hardness can be object of understanding or realize the Ariya Satya, the noble truth, because it's there, arising and falling away. No expectation for what would be object of understanding, of thinking, of considering, of whatever, anytime. And this is the understanding of the truth more and more about anatta. Understanding all dhammas as no one and no thing. We don't have to say that, is it you or is it there, someone or something? But the moment of understanding itself begin to have firm confidence, upanisya, firmer, and arakha, more time for kusala to arise because it arakha from akusala, and upanidana, it becomes habit. Nothing about other things than the teachings, the word of the truth about this and that which has been heard or read about more carefully, more wiser and wisely.
Now, can you repeat it? We didn't hear you.
Also, can the three gocara be separated?